Um, love is love, right? No. If there's one mantra that maybe has permeated our culture in a devastating way over the past couple of decades, it's that mantra: love is love. Love without any definition. Love without any meaning. Love just a capricious feeling of the moment or a notion that's here and then gone, ephemeral. That it lacks substance, it lacks any sort of meaning. It can mean whatever anyone wants it to mean, and therefore it means nothing. Love is love. Of course, on a propositional level of logic, that's right. And a dog is a dog, and a cat is a cat. But it doesn't tell us anything about the nature of those things. It just tells us a simple logical proposition. And so we come this morning to a text that opens with the words, "We know, brothers, loved by God." And so we're going to take a look at what that means this morning in this passage, loved by God. To be loved and to know for certain that you are loved is not an abstract feeling or thought. When I think about being loved by my wife or my children or my family and friends, the knowledge of their love for me is known through their actions towards me, through their behaviors, through the things they say to me, the way they treat me, the way they give things up for me, the way that they give to me. That is how I know their love. That's how I know when I say, I believe my wife loves me. It's more than just a logical proposition. When I say to my wife, I love you, I hope that it's more than just a logical proposition. We talk about it a lot, even with love languages, right? How do you express your love to others? How do you feel most loved by them? Right? Physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, gift giving, bacon. And I would say that I think my wife would back this up, that I probably am a words of affirmation and physical touch love language guy for the most part, but I still love gifts. I still like quality time. I still really like bacon. Maybe not as much as some people on the staff, but we've got this whole framework for understanding love, right? This love language framework, because it helps us to understand the action and behavior behind what love is. It helps give us a solid definition for love. And so this morning, I think Paul, in opening this letter to the Thessalonians, expresses to them how much he loves them, expresses also how much God loves them, and expresses also how much he feels loved by God because of what God has done in them. That's a lot of love in this passage, but I think there's a lot going on there. You just feel Paul in this writing as he opens this letter. I love you. Here are some of the reasons I love you. God loves you. I can see it. I can see God loving you, and here's how. That's what we're going to spend most of our time on. But even as I just reflected on this week, just how the testimony of the Thessalonian people in Macedonia and Achaia and the report that comes back has to be, just for Paul, a reminder of God's love for him. Because we remember that Paul was called to suffer many things on behalf of the gospel. And we remember, as we read in, as we know about the Thessalonian church in Acts 17, that Paul suffered much there very quickly for the sake of the gospel and was run out of town right as the gospel was taking root. And so for the fruit to come from that church, just as a dear thing from the Lord to give him as I love you, Paul. I'm keeping my promises to you, Paul.